What's up, Devils? J-Dog back bright and early for you. And it's to knock out some fucking devils knocking on my door on which video we on now, god damn it. The weak ass that's kind of a funny title. Weak ass unleashed vocals on later albums. now that I read it fucking out loud, I don't know why that's fucking funny. I guess kind of insulting them, but whatever. Fuck them. Just all good fun, right? Anyways, comments on that one, 41 goddamn comments. We're at 641 views. So that seems about average. I get seems like normal videos, anywhere between 450 views at the low end to like 600 on the higher end. And then the scuttlebutt videos and anything that has fucking girl drama that people like to hear about or they think's talking shit, especially if you throw Satanic War Master or the word racist in it, apparently that gets tons of fucking views because who the fuck knows why. But those ones get over 1,000, which maybe I should just do fucking strictly videos on that and just bullshit my way out of it, right? Just for views. But obviously, I don't even know what the fuck I would say. How much more? Not much to say. Anyways, 41 comments. We'll see. Let's see some questions here. The first one's from Metal Musician 6996, and all the local devils obviously recognize him because he comments on pretty much every goddamn video, or damn close to it, anyways. And his question is, J-Dog, got a bodybuilding related question. My favorite ones, actually, to be honest with you. Fuckers, all we do is talk about the metal shit on here, so, and very few people know or care anything about bodybuilding, so favorite topics to talk about, at least for me. Do you know anyone in the metal community who is also into bodybuilding? Most people know Eric Hoffman in the Deicide days was pumping iron with WWF, WCW wrestlers. Oh, I didn't even know, was he actually lifting with those guys? I didn't even know that. And also I heard Vincent Crowley from Asheron is really into boxing or some sort of MMA. Didn't know that about Vincent either. I've met Vince a couple times. Really, really cool guy. The last time I bumped into Vincent was at a Cannibal Corpse show, and he we kind of approached each other. I was near the bathroom, and I know he's friends with a mutual friend, Brian Woody. It's a friend of ours. He's, hey, Vince's over there, and I met Vince before and said, hey, what's up? And he was laughing. He's like, yeah, I saw that Metal Sucks thread on you guys about being, what were they accusing? I think they were accusing us of being racist, right? Yeah, that's what it was. Hell's Headbangers is a bunch of racists, right? And he just thought that was obviously ridiculous. So it was right around that time, whatever year that was. That's about when I bumped into him. I didn't know he was an MMA or something. I guess he because he looks like he's more of a in shape guy. Because even like he looks really no homo, but he looks really good for his fucking age. I think he told me he was like at that time 50, 51, 52. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize you were that old. I was like, I knew you were in your 40s. And he doesn't even look 50, and he's tall as fuck too, at least compared to me. He towers over me. So that doesn't surprise me is what I'm getting at. And as far as Hoffman and shit like that, yeah, I mean I knew Eric worked out and shit. I don't know if he was into bodybuilding or more like powerlifting, because he looked more like a kind of like a thick wrestler powerlifter. Because you got to remember, like, not that any of you guys give a fuck, or not to get you get nitpicking. It's just they're different sports. Bodybuilding is all about just literally how your physique looks. So you're trying to get as big as humanly possible, but everything in proportion too. Like you don't want your arms fucking enormous and you got no legs. You know what I mean? You don't want your fucking big biceps but no calves. You know what I mean? That's loaded body, building everything, and then you want as low body fat as possible at the end product, single digit body fat. So basically, even when you're bulking and shit, yeah, you're gonna put on some body fat, but you want to keep you at least want to be able to see some type of abs. If you can't see your abs at all, it means you got too fucking fat. But powerlifters, they don't care. They don't care how they look. Like, and a lot of the guys, they get a little chunky because actually, when you put on a lot of weight and even some of that sloppy weight, in some cases, it actually makes you stronger and it improves some of your lifts. For example, I'll give you an idea like the bench press, for example. A lot of people don't know this. Your numbers go up, even though fat doesn't help you fucking press more weight, is because your leverage has become shortened. So, like, if you have another 2-3 inches of body fat sitting on top of your pectoral muscles, right? That's 2 to 3 inches less you have to move the bar to touch your chest in a competition. So it actually is a benefit. So a lot of these guys, when they have big bellies and a little bit of a higher body fat, it's actually to their advantage, and they're trying to get as much calories in too, because obviously more calories and shit you're eating in caloric surplus, you will get stronger for sure. So they don't care whatsoever how they look. They can look like fat, deplorable pieces of shit. Powerlifting just about how much weight do you move in the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift, and then bodybuilding. It's literally they don't even when they compete, they don't even lift weights on stage. It's literally how do you fucking look? Who has the best fucking physique. So that's the difference. And I was always more of a bodybuilding guy. And as far as guys into bodybuilding, yeah, that's at this point, yeah, I take whatever. If they're into weightlifting at all, like you said, so Eric Hoffman, at least was into weight training. And you said Vincent, I mean, I didn't even know that, but I guess him and I would have even more to talk about because we seemed like we already had a decent amount to talk about at the show, kind of hit it off. Seems like he has a very which doesn't surprise me at all based on Asheron, me being a fan of it, especially the early albums, and just knowing his personality and interviews with him. I think that I would jive pretty easily with his personality. So I wasn't a shock at all. So, and if he's into any fitness, working out type shit, we'd get along even better. But other guys in the metal scene ask you that are into like any type of fitness, bodybuilding type shit. Will Romer was. I know Will was into working out. I don't know if he still is. I've heard he's pretty thin now. He's getting up there now too. What is he, like 55 or so? And I know he had a car accident where he fucked his neck up. I think so. Maybe he doesn't work out. Maybe he just does some cardio and shit. I don't know because he doesn't. He definitely didn't get fat. He just seems very very thin now. But he was into working out. I know that. Um, Oh, the guys in Diafago, especially the singer. He asked me. He was picking my brain about. He's getting invited to the Hell's Head Bash. He was asking me outside when he saw me, and he was telling me his split routine. He's like, "Hey, what do you recommend for this and that?" And I think if I remember correctly, when he was picking his brain, he was telling me what he was doing. I think he was doing Arnold's Encyclopedia routine. And I said, yeah, it's probably too much volume because he said he was having a hard time covering and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, if you're training everything 3 times a week, that's probably too much. Most people can't recover from that. So him, I know he was into working out. I know there's a few others, but yeah, it's kind of rare, and it's, so like that's why I don't talk about it too much on this channel. We could talk about. I could do a video every day on it. It's just most of my audience is all metal related, and I'm sure to bore the fuck out of you guys. And as a matter of fact, one guy left in the comments like, "Hey, can you do a separate video on the bodybuilding stuff and the metal stuff?" Which is, yeah, in theoretic I could, but again, I didn't actually, these comments, I didn't even pre-read these whatsoever. So that was that's literally the first one on top. So I just grabbed that, and it's just two things. There's number one is the ones that I did strictly on just the bodybuilding related. They got the least amount of views because most people just know me from the metal scene, so that makes total sense. And another thing, it's like I don't pre-read a lot of shit, so it just combines it all in. As you guys, I'm just knocking all the questions out at once. And a third reason is it's kind of like, who knows, if nothing else, if you're watching the video because it's got metal shit in there, like this one will have metal questions in here in a second, I'm sure, is maybe it'll inspire you to get into it. You know what I mean? If nothing else, I mean, not saying you have to be a bodybuilder, maybe it'll get you into the fucking gym, maybe it'll get you into, who knows, maybe just anything fitness related. Maybe you'll go out and start for a jog, some type of cardio, bike riding, fucking be a good swimmer, just maybe do something physical, if nothing else, better for you and your health and your mental health, because it definitely has a strong effect on mental health too. So nothing else, maybe it'll inspire you to do it. If not, then just crack on and who gives a fuck, right? So that's another reason why I do them all together, at least for now. So where the fuck are the rest of the goddamn questions? Holy shit, got an essay here. And no questions here, just comments. People are commenting a lot on the Unleashed, and I must have mentioned Malevolent. Did I? A couple guys mentioned Malevolent Creation too. So I must have mentioned them in this video. Don't remember. Here's some question marks, goddammit. I don't recognize the user names. Or even fucking better, a newbie. Empire Reborn. Shout out to you, bro. Welcome to the channel. If you commented on other shit and you're like, I'm not new, J-Dog. Sorry about that. But don't recognize the user ideas right now. Questions. What's the best way for a new band to get started recording material for a demo? And what is the process in getting the demo released? Guess I'll answer that first part. Process. I mean, if you know how to play your stuff, man, just record anything. What I would recommend is try something as simple. If you have no funds, no money, try recording your garage with whatever fucking recorder you can, and see how it sounds. If it sounds like complete fucking utter ass, then discard it. But if it sounds anything that was from like the 80s, 90s, where you can hear the vocals, you can hear everything, and everything's distinguishable, fucking keep it, man. That's some of the best shit ever. Look at the Death Mantis demos, dude. Those are just recording in a garage. Fucking awesome. I'd start there. Might be a little bit more original with what's coming out nowadays. So I would start there. But I'd give it a pre-listen before you give it out. What I would do personally, then, you said as far as getting the demo, process of getting the demo released. Personally, what I would do, this is just me. So if I was in your shoes, I knew nothing about recording, nothing of that. I would give it a test run, record the garage. Let's say it came out good. It sounds great. I would do, let's say you're low on funds too. I would get some cassettes made up, dubbed up, like cheapies, whatever the cheapest is, some black and white fucking like cover art, something simple with the track listing. I would do cassettes, and I would do CDRs as well. We could get some of those pro CDRs, but with a cover as well. Logo, maybe a simple cover, have somebody draw up with your info, lineup, and all the songs. I would do both. Personally, I'd probably do maybe 500 tapes, 500 CDs. Why? Because some devils like tapes, some devils like cassettes. And I would literally go to shows and I would hand them out. I would probably have cassettes in one. I'd have a bag full of cassettes, bag full of cassettes, bag full of CDs, and I would go around to everybody in the show that looked fucking metal, not some guy wearing a fucking Adidas shirt that you just like got dragged along to some poser like fucking Paul Bailoff says, right? Fucking one of the 10 people in there that don't even belong being there, right? So a guy that actually looks metal, preferably basically if he has a metal shirt on. Anyone that, yeah, so that's what, go to a metal show, anyone who has a respectable metal shirt on, I would just go up to him, hey man, what do you prefer, CDs or cassettes? Whichever he said, check out my demo. That's what I hand him. That way, it can be just cassettes only, and you go all around and be like, I don't have a cassette player. I don't like cassettes. No problem. Got you covered, brah. Got CDs. If you got one of the guys that love cassettes, got you covered, brah. That way, there's a very good chance they're going to listen to it. And then I'd also send it out to people that you know are going to listen to it, maybe labels or something like that. Ask it around. And also, what you could do too is like contact somebody like Hell's Headbangers, for example. If somebody was the context, emails like, hey, bras, like I have demos, CDs, cassette. Can I send like you 50 of each, 50 cassettes, 50 CDs, and just hand them out in every order that let's say every order over $100, hand it out in that order. That way, because the reason why, chances are if somebody's buying $100 worth of merchandise, they're a real metalhead. They're actually into this shit. Because a lot of guys, yeah, I'm into metal, I listen to metal. And it's like they buy like one CD a year if they even buy anything. It's like, don't even bother. That clown's never gonna fucking support you buy anything anyways. So there's a waste of fucking time. Guy that's literally going out of his way, pulling out the fucking wallet, went on the website and bought $100 worth of merchandise. Like, here's a real fucking devil. That's how I kind of judge it. So hand out there. So, but you contact like us, Nuclear War Now, Iron Bonehead, and I would just give the shit away. That's how I would do it. That's would be the best way to spread your fucking name as far as just physical format. It's to like people that you know that could actually physically hear it. And then obviously whatever the online shit is through your Facebook, and because that's the new age of fucking, the way things are done, whether it be Instagram or shit like that. Only problem with that is you're going to get a lot of just fanboy scenesters that like whoever your followers is, this is your budge. Yeah, I like his band because I'm your friend, but it's like, they're never going to, like, let's say you officially put out an album or something. They're never going to buy it the fuck anyway. So it's kind of like, who really gives a fuck what their opinion is? So it's like, yeah, it's like I got 5,000, followers on Instagram. It's like, yeah, but I guarantee you, maybe 10 of those people would actually buy a fucking record when you put it out. Like, that's how low it is. I'm not even exaggerating. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 10. 10. And when I say buy it, I mean go out of their way, order it from you, pay the shipping, pay everything. That's actually, so it's like, those are the people that count. Outside that, it's just some fucking guy, yeah, I listen to it on YouTube. Well, how the fuck is that going to benefit? They ain't going to do shit for you. So, yeah, you kind of need social media. It's a new way of things of doing things. But at the same time, in this underground scene, when physical format is kind of the way to go, especially because you're asking to do that, how to do a demo, I would kind of do it the way I'd say, but you got to have to include the new school approach as well. So maybe start like a YouTube channel and put your demo up on there for the people that are just going to stream it or whatever, so that way you can hear it. So that's kind of how I would go about doing as far as getting it out there. And now my way is going to be like, hopefully you have some money put away. Like, I mean, like I said, if you do even 1,000 cassettes, 1,000 CDRs, that'd be optimal. I don't know. You mean probably could do both those with the recording, everything, sending shit out. Yeah, you might be spending about $1,500 or so. But in the all in all, that's how I would do it, because if you're passionate about it, you really want people to hear your shit, that's probably the best way. But yeah, it's going to, in a sense, you're giving away some money, but who knows? Down the road, it might pay off. That's just me. That's how I do it. I'm not saying that's the way to do it. And to be quite honest with you, nobody does it that way. I've never had anyone to do it that way. Like I said, like who the hell even hands out discs and shit and stuff at a show? And no one's ever contacted me. Hey, can I send you fucking 50 to 100 CDs of our demos and just you hand them out in orders? I don't think anyone's ever done that. Yeah. So, but that's what I would do. Do bands usually record demos themselves and just send the labels they like? Just give me an idea. They don't usually. They usually like they have a demo that's usually just download on their computer, and they'll send like an MP3, like, hey, check out my demo band, or a link to their Bandcamp or YouTube or whatever. Just check out my band. But as far as mail it in, like, shit, very, very rarely anymore. What's the best advice you have for someone with a solo project who doesn't know anyone else that's in extreme metal? Just gave it to you, brah. Give that a shot. Can't fail. It's going to cost you a little Scott Old, but hey, nothing that's worth anything in this life comes easy or free. That's the way I see it. Life Journal. I think you're 100% spot on about phones ruining your young generation. You got that fucking right. It has never been easier to manipulate mass amounts of people into doing crazy stuff. And they're stupid as fuck too, people. Do you have an issue with double? Do you ever have an issue with double buying albums, stuff you already own and didn't realize? Not so much. It's happened, but not often at all. But I have done it. Yes. I used to do that all the time. Since you're in support of the bootleg, do you feel the same way about the Russian bootleg thing that's been happening? Not sure what you're talking about on the Russian bootleg thing, but generally speaking, and this has nothing to do with the Russia-Ukraine shit, which I could care less what's going on. None of my fucking business. And yeah, it's none of my business. So I don't really fucking care. And then I have no opinion because I have no effect over it. So whatever happens, happens. So it has no. My comment has nothing to do with this. My general rule of thumb: if it comes from Russia, like the metal scenes, it's fucking ass. Because anything we have gotten, I know we have gotten bootleg shit, official shit, and generally the music it was fucking garbage. Almost anything else. There's exceptions. Calm down. The band Pyre, Pyre. That's a great band from fucking Russia. There you the fuck go. And there's another one that tipped my tongue. I can't think is did a 91 demo. God damn it, what is it? I know I have a CD of it. Great fucking demo, also from fucking Russia. I'm not saying it's from Russia, shit. I'm just saying. Packs we got and shit. They're not. Plus, they're usually when you get their packs and stuff, like a lot of the CDs, they'll be dusty as fuck, and it looks like it's from 1970, even though CDs even exist back then. Just old as fuck. You're like, what the fuck? Why has this got sand on it and shit? Like, and if it's a big pack, it looks like an elephant sat on it, and the hell and back. And like, yeah, some of the bootlegs are just they're complete ass. Some of the shit it's got characters you can't read, and then some of the black metal, some of the worst black metal you've ever heard in your life. It's just you get the vibe, just like goddamn, anything that comes from this country is fucking garbage. That's just the vibe got from packs of shit. Chill the fuck out. I know there's some cool shit. I know. Again, has nothing to do with what's current events going on. Quite frankly, I don't even know what's going on. Oh, is that shit even still going on? Don't know. Don't fucking care. Don't even answer the question. I don't even give a fuck. It ain't none of my business. It ain't nothing I can do about it. Quite frankly, don't care. But yeah, comes the metal scene, comes from Russia. It's generally fucking ass. Uh, this guy's a question here, but I'm not even fucking like kind of understand what the fuck he's asking. So with 41 comments, I'm going to kind of skip over it. And from Carpenter Corpse, Killer Video, J Dog, question: what do you think of bands like Hooded Menace, Rune Magic, and Anatomia? The the genre in general doesn't seem to be producing as many cooks Cooks with a K. I don't know what the fuck that means. Starting new bands as straight up death metal has been lately. Thanks. I think every one of those bands is okay. I'm not a big fan. I'm just hit them. You put it on the background. Put it on with we're talking about Blood Incantation, Tomb Mold, Horrendous. Those bands. It's okay. I remember Hooded Menace. What was it, the first album or whatever? Who's that guy's name? Lassie or what the fuck is his name? I thought his vocals are really cool. Definitely like that. Rune Magic. I'd love it to be some. Some like pretty cool melodies, some kind of like magical sounding fucking music. And Anatomia, I remember being bored from I remember. Um, Nothing stinky at all on Dynam, but yeah, nothing like I'm just like, yeah, it's okay. Nothing I'd go out and buy him. But I have definitely listened to all three of those for sure too. Another question from Mizothea666, also comments on everything all the time. Cool chatter as usual, dude. What are your thoughts on some of the bands that kept the flame burning, so to speak, throughout the 90s? Which are your faves? Going for the older style metal sound at the time when hardly anybody seemed to care. For example, Usurper from Chicago, Nocturnal Breed, Hypnosia, Witchburner, Scepter, Cranium, etc. Um, I guess you're just asking me directly about those bands or like the flame burning through the 90s. I guess who kept the flame burning? I guess I see what you're saying. For example, like Usurper, I do like some of their early shit. I remember when I first saw them, I think they opened up for I'm pretty sure they're the bands that opened for Cradle of Filth the first time I saw them in 1999. I thought they were fucking great. Um, they have a, they're one of those bands that I don't like everything by any means, but they have some really cool fucking songs. Like some of them are like really good. Um, Scepter, I love fucking metal motherfuckers. Love that record. And then I'm Going to Hell and what is it? Metal up their ass. A couple of, but fucking metal motherfuckers is definitely my favorite. Like I love that record. Witchburner, the early stuff too. Nothing by Witchburner I ever thought stunk, but definitely the earlier albums I thought were really good. Nocturnal Breed, I love the first Aggressor. That album's fucking great. Big fan of that. Cranium, not sure. I don't even know if I've heard them, to be honest with you. Not familiar with Cranium. And Hypnosia. Hypnosia I thought was a decent thrash band, kind of like a decent speed, violent thrash band. They're cool. I never got huge on them, but they were cool. And then yeah, the bands. I mean, the '90s. I mean, would Decapitator been kind of one too? Like Harvey, when he started "We Must Destroy You," we must destroy. You will obey. That LP because that came out in '96. Do you consider that in there? I thought that was a good album. Was that keeping the flame burning like you said in the '90s? Because that was like thrash. I thought that was a good album, so that I throw that in there too. Another guy. I guess I had a phone rant on this video. 50-year-old say how he hates the phones too. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these fucking things, man. I wish the towers would go out where these goddamn things just died. It's where all you could use it for is just making a phone call. Just what it was made for. Yeah, yeah. Well, you're reading comments on the internet right now, Jada. I fucking fully realize that, but I'd be able to adapt. Trust me, I went fucking whatever. What was it, the first 20 so years of my life when these goddamn things didn't even exist? I was doing just fine. So if I didn't have it, neither would anyone else. I'd be just fine with it. Totally fucking fine with it. More than fine with it. So yeah, get those towers out. That'd be fucking great. Hate these goddamn things. Nothing annoys me more than when you go to a fucking restaurant or anything, you just see this. That's all you see. It's fuck the fuck, man. Bunch of fucking robots. It's coming, brah. Here from Crusader of Blasphemy. Morning Devils and Eye Dog. I know someone mentioned it prior, but I'd love to see some of the rare bootleg Slayer LPs you have. Love the videos, brah. It's coming, brah, because I got two new ones, two brand new ones added to the collection that came in through Hells. One was a double picture disc, which that might be sold out now. And I'm recording this video on a Saturday. This probably be up in 5 days or so. Just yesterday, we have another new one, a double LP that went up that looks fucking beautiful. Now that I got those in, I'm gonna do a Slayer video showing them my boots and shit of Slayer. Because I don't have a shitload of Slayer boots, but I don't know, maybe 10 or so, 10 really cool records. I'll definitely show those. It is on my to-do list to show some goddamn fucking Slayer. From I see some fucking immolation talking. You forgot to mention that. Derek Malone Mona's. I have a great old Here and After bootleg long sleeve from the mid '90s. Oh, that's gotta be pretty cool. The print is good. Has back prints and sleeve logo prints. I posted on a shirt collector page once, and it was instantly discredited from some dude just because it was a bootleg. So I couldn't agree with you more, man. I'd rather have a bootleg product that had the right stuff than an official one that lacks it. Dude, that's like I agree because a lot of times the bootleg shirts, especially with shirts, are better than the officials. Like some of the officials either look like shit, the print's crappy, or like the back has no either has a lame back or it's or it has just something that would from the album that I would have used instead. You know what I mean? Like for example, this Merciful Fate Nuns Have No Fun. This is a bootleg version, and the back is get the camera, goddammit. I don't know. Did you see that, guys? But basically, it's the band members in like an inverted cross from the album. And I know this is the only version I've seen of this. And I've seen other versions. It's shitty. It's either has no back or it just says maybe it's just a logo or doesn't have no fun. But the actual photos from the original LP were never on it. And this is a bootleg version, way fucking better. It's like, yeah, I mean, a lot of them are better. Oh, here we go. We got a hey. Oh, it looks like another fucking non-regular. Don't recognize the username. Aaron Flay, FLAA. Hope I'm pronouncing that for you right, Barbara. Not sure. What's up, J Dog? What do you think of the following albums? I think they're all classic as fuck. Overlooked Slabs of Death Metal. Flush Grind Destined for Defilement. It's awesome. Pessimist, Culty Initiated. Dude, nobody brings it up. The first two Pessimist, Culty Initiated, and Blood of the Gods. I would love to this day for Hells to do it on vinyl. Love those records. Only two good. And then they did that third record when they got rid. Basically, the whole lineup left except I have my picture with the guy. The only Kerry Kelly. What the fuck was the guy's? I think his name's something Kelly, whatever. The original member. He was the only original member. They got rid of all the guys, the singer and stuff that was on the first two albums. Third album came out, like this fucking shit sucks. Just generic death metal. But pessimist, man, I can't believe I've never heard anybody in the Devil's comments. In fact, I'm going to show my two pessimist CDs because like literally nobody talks about them. His name's Kel because he had him sign my CDs too. Like, This is the album he's talking about, Cult of the Initiated. Fucking love it. I never got to see them with the original lineup. When I saw them, I think it was them. I've seen them a couple times. I think the first time I saw them, I'm pretty sure they played. It was the Ohio Death Fest in the early 2000s, and the lineup was already different. It had some fucking kind of like ghetto looking guys singing, almost like Misfits, Michael Graves, almost a little more ghetto than that looking. If that makes any sense. He had like some kind of like the hairdo cut with the almost, I don't know how to explain it, but I remember didn't know who the fuck he was. That was the first time I saw him. I was like, where are all the original members? Wasn't for me these two discs. I saw them first. Second time I saw them, I think we went out of state for that. As a matter of fact, I want to say the second time I saw them, that might have been, I think they might have played with Severe Torture when I first met them. Look up my past video when I talk about meeting Severe Torture and I show my photo meeting them and bringing all my Centurion shit and getting signed. I'm almost positive Pessimist played with that. I could be wrong, but I know it was definitely out of state. And that was when the third album just came out, the third CD, and I bought it there. The lineup was changed again. It was a different lineup than what I saw. But the nobodies that were on stage that weren't on these two albums that I'm showing you, it was a different lineup. And I'm assuming it's the same lineup that was on the third album. Thought it didn't sound the same, especially vocally, because the vocals on these two albums, it's like death metal and black metal vocals. It was a cool combination. And I suppose it was just basically growls on the fucking just generic, random. I've heard this a million times. Growls on the third album, and so I'm assuming it's the same lineup that was the third album. Bought the album there, the third one. So I wasn't very impressed with the show. Bought the CD there, put it at home, thought it sucked, and I never listened to anything by Pessimist since. But I love these two discs. So he signed it there again too. Kel. This is the Blood of the Gods, or Blood for the Gods. Great fucking album. So if you don't know them, Devils, totally get them out. What years does it say these came out to? The first album, Cult of Initiated, and this was 97. That's the first one. And this one was 99. Owned them since, I bought those probably 99, 2000, somewhere around there. Love them. Huge fan. Broken Hope, Balls of Repugnance, also a good album. Disincarnate, Dreams of the Carrion Kind. That was album I always thought was just okay. Didn't do much for me. Definitely didn't think it sucked, but I was like, eh. At the same time, though, maybe because like all these albums, all the other ones you mentioned, I heard all those as a teenager. The Disincarnate, I heard that one much, much, much later. I think it was a reissue that came in through Hells, and I was already in my late 20s. Maybe when I was like 25, 26, 27 is when I first heard it. So I heard it much, much later, so maybe that's why I didn't appreciate it as much. Again, I didn't think it sucked. I was just like, it's okay. But if I would have heard it at the same time as I heard those that you just mentioned, I probably would have, there's a good chance I probably would have liked it a lot more. Some comments. Yeah, Gonder. I know you like Mortician. Want to know what are your favorite songs from them from the 90s? Mine's would be Slaughterhouse, Witch's Coven, and Island of the Dead. Favorite Mortician songs from the night. So you only Chainsaw Dismemberment down next. Chainsaw Dismemberment was 99. So Domain of Death up would have been 2000s. Okay. Favorite songs? Definitely Necro Cannibal, 100%. Definitely the title track, Hacked Up for Barbecue. Definitely those two. Balmed Alive. Stab. Drown in Your Own Blood. Probably Mortician Part 1, the last track of Lord of the Dead, or they call it Lord of the Dead on Lord of the Dead, Mortician Part 2 on Chainsaw Dismemberment, but the first one, the last track on Hacked Up for Barbecue. What else? Favorites. Fuck. Probably Defiler of the Dead. Red Rum's really good off Mortal Massacre. That's really good. I kind of always forget about that song because it's not on. It's just on the EP and the Mortal Massacre disc with all the live stuff on there. But yeah, Red Rum's a really good song. The title track Zombie Apocalypse. I mean, how could you not? The catchy song. Oh, the title track Chainsaw Dismemberment. Actually, that's the song they opened up for when I first saw them. Title track Chainsaw Dismemberment. Yeah, all the title tracks, very, very, very fucking good. Yeah, those are probably my favorites off the top of my head. Here we got one from Scott Briggs. Shout out to you, brah. On the bootleg topic, a friend of mine, Made Morta. No, what the fuck? A friend of mine made Morta skull buttons for a couple bucks per set, and they got all bent out of shape about it. Like, dude, chill. It's fucking buttons. Yeah, and I don't. I've got to tell more and more. Hey, Jado, I got to watch your mouth a little bit. If you're bitching about some buttons, I'll just leave it this. How can I put this as politely as I possibly can? You're kind of a bunch of fucking losers. I mean, like, how much money do you think a guy's making on buttons? Okay, let's say he makes $1 per button because they cost money to make. Let's say he sold 100 buttons, 100, which he probably didn't even sell 100, but let's say he did. Made $100. You're worried about that, brah? Grown man? Because I know Mortal Skull's grown men. Worried about $100? Your own fan that made it in homage to you? I don't know, man. Sounds questionable to me. And let's get to I'm gonna make this the last one because we're already at 30. How the fuck did we get 31 minutes, man? This video flew by. From Ricky J. Gotta answer Ricky, answer comments and everything. That's goody. I agree with you about the phones, they are junk. Got that right. What is your favorite Rambo movie? Mine is the First Blood. That's a good question because yeah, those movies I grew up on. I like actually all of the Rambo movies, but probably the first one. And then my second favorite one would probably be the fourth one. Remember the was it John Rambo came out probably about 2008. I thought that was fucking great, just an absolutely brutal. I was surprised when because I went to the theater, so I was surprised how brutal it was. That one. My least favorite is the very last one that came out, Last Blood. Me and my wife did go to the theater to see that. I did like it as a movie. Like I was entertained. It was nice and brutal. And fucking some of the kills are absolutely cool and ridiculous. But it was kind of a pointless movie. It's like the storyline doesn't have anything to do with fucking John Rambo and like the whole series. You know what I mean? It was kind of like just what's John Rambo up to nowadays. So it was an entertaining flick and I liked it, but let's call it like was kind of a pointless fucking movie. But I dug it. And then but the first three, the originals from the '80s. I mean, I literally grew up on those movies, watching them as kids. Like I know all the lines and everything. Like to this day, even the third one that nobody likes, which I like that movie. But again, I mean, I was a little kid watching that growing up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teenagers watching. I mean, I've seen those movies ridiculous amount of times. Like I know all the scenes, know all of it. Like if you threw out a random line, I would I would know. Like the third one, blue light shows the blue light. What does it do? Turns blue. You know what I mean? Shit like that, just random crap, like because I've seen it a million times. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's probably my favorites. So yeah, that's it for this one, Devils. Another pretty long one for you. So who's it? Who's the guy that does the cardio of the morning for it? Here's your 30 minutes of cardio for you. God damn it, you made it to 32 minutes. So yeah, leave the comments, Devils. You know the drill. Comments, fucking questions, all of it. Leave it in there, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.